commentating as well, John? We are.
And here we are for the second Women's Super-Liga game of the day. Perth AFC versus Northern Hawks. For the Perth AFC side, we have number 2, Danielle Caruso, number 18, Bonnie McLeod, and number 8, Leyland Richardson, number 11, Keely Hughes, number 7, Caitlin Lewis, number 12, Suzanne Clark, number 65, Indiana Antunes, number 3, Corian Bangoa, number 14, Alyssa Klomp, and number 25, Angela Meaden. For the Northern Hawks side, we have number 52 in goals, Rachel Wilson, number 6, Daisy McAllister, number 9, Dakota Van Vogt, number 3, Ruby Cohen, number 10, Tanya Campos, number 12, Caitlin Belanca, number 4, Hannah Reynolds, and number 7, Nikayla Hughes. And I'm joined in commentary by Jade Paul. How are you today, Jade?
Good, thank you, Ben. Thank you for joining us. Everyone at home.
Should be an exciting game.
For anyone following along, you'll know that the Northern Hawks is actually my club, but I will try and be as unbiased as possible during this commentary. I do make no apologies for any biases I do have, though.
Here we have sort of a clash of different systems with the Perth AFC favouring the counter-attacking defensive sort of side, as you see Caruso from the sideline talking to his team about shape, versus the Northern Hawks, who of course love to switch between systems of possession with their 4-0 and 3-1 formation. It's going to be an interesting matchup today.
Yeah, the Northern Hawks, besides missing me, are not at their full strength. They're also missing Kayla McCulloch today, who I would say is one of the best senior players in this league. And it's probably going to hurt them a little bit, but they've still got the likes of Tina Campos and Caitlin Belanca, senior players, to help them through this match. I believe I saw Ruby Cohen on the bench.
And am I correct in saying that currently Campos is in the lead for the Golden Boot?
Yes. Tina Campos, I believe, on...
And that was an early good chance
goals
for Perth AFC, but now Northern Hawks are on the counter. Blanca on the ball, hitting it into the run of the Perth AFC player for a corner.
Oh, a great turn there from Daisy McAllister, new signing for the Northern Hawks this season, coming back after taking a couple of years off.
With Northern Hawks restarting play from the corner.
McAllister again. Blanca, and that was a tough ball for Van Noot to control. She did well in the middle there.
Seems like Northern Hawks are really taking a very controlled approach to this game so far, taking their time on the ball, moving around, not really taking many risks on the ball. But it is struggling to break down that AFC defense so far, so it'll be interesting to see how that develops throughout the game.
Oh, and that's a poor pass from Campos. She had the easy option in Belanca behind her. Bit of a poor decision from the Hawk side. Clark plays back to the number 3, Bangoyan.
Good save there
the
for
hair
Wilson.
into Wilson. Another new signing for the Hawks, replacing the likes of Carla Edwards in goals.
Very good signing, I must admit. She's been fantastic so far this season.
Bangoyan on the ball. Lewis, ball forwards to no one. And both teams giving away possession a lot early in this game. It looks like they're taking a little second to settle into it. It's a bit slow out there. Not a lot of physicality so far. And that is a poor pass from Van Voort. I'm not sure what she was looking for there, but it should have just been an easy ball to the feet of Belanca. She didn't have any pressure on her.
Well, it's certainly hard to match the intensity that the last Women's Super League game had with the crowd there. We can see them all behind us. There's about 50 people outside Perth Modern. So
yeah, I think more clubs need to get a bit of a supporter base coming down here.
It's a beautiful save from Rachel Wilson. If that doesn't go down as save of the week, I'm not sure what will.
Well, look at the instant replay here. I think there was about a triple save in there.
Perth AFC very unlucky not to be up right now as the ball goes through to Blanca, but slightly misplaces her touch out. As we have Caruso on the ball, restarting, deciding to go long to the feet of Klom, but gets it almost perfect, but Blanca doing enough to see the ball out.
Just seen Ruby Cohen enter the court for the Northern Hawks. First sub of the match.
Seems like the Hawks are playing a very short 3-1 right now. Be very interested to see if they switch that system up when Van Vogt checks out, as she is a very good target, but Hawks don't usually play this 3-1 system from my recollection.
Now some great high pressure there. McAllister a little bit slow to get to her player, letting them out of the press. Cohen will take this one. Van Voort. Van Voort looking for McAllister. Campos, that's the right decision. Restarting the attacking play through Van Voort. But Van Voort didn't even look the other way. It was a bit obvious what she was about to do there.
I'm not sure whether it's a specific instruction from Greg Farrell, but the Northern Hawks are definitely slowing the game down a lot here. So I have to see if this trend continues.
Nikki Hughes, I didn't even see enter the court. It's on the ball there. Taking this kick in. We've got a score prediction coming in from Betim Ziba. He was correct on the last game with his 3-3 prediction. He's saying the Northern Hawks are going to win 4-2. We'll see. If he gets 2 in a row, we'll have to...
Beautiful save there from Caruso.
Extra Supa-Liga merch. Oh, and Cohen, that was a terrible decision to back roll, and she's left herself open. Wilson's done well, but is it going to be enough?
No. I've got to say, AFC have had the lion's share of the chances so far this game.
Yeah, I think the Northern Hawks are going to have to be careful with the quick counter-attacks. After having played the same teams over and over for a couple of seasons, bringing in these new teams is going to have to change their defensive structure just a little bit to the different styles of play. We've got Hannah Reynolds on the court now over the ball. I don't believe AFC have made a sub yet.
They have. They bring Keely Hughes on from
sorry,
the
my
bench,
apologies.
I believe.
Hughes finds Reynolds. Great turn by the youngster. McAllister. Back to Cohen. Reynolds, and there's a lot of space in behind. Reynolds looks to run into it. She's dispossessed by the number 14, Klomp. AFC with possession now, and they've given it away pretty easily. Ball straight into the feet of Hughes. It looks like a yellow card's about to come out of Albert Miombe's pocket. Given to the number 7, Caitlin Lewis. We did see a red card in the last women's match here, so we know that Albert and Ton Claver are not afraid to give them. These players are going to have to be careful.
We'll have to see if Northern Hawks are setting up a set play here or whether it's going to be a shot so far. I know on the commentary earlier you're talking about how the Women's Superliga hasn't seen a set play yet. We'll see if this is the case here.
No, it doesn't look like we'll see it from the Northern Hawks. Caitlin Blanca firing straight at the keeper. Bit disappointing, really, from the Northern Hawks. Blanca giving away the free kick there. Hughes.
Wilson collecting easily there. She looks to distribute for the Northern Hawks counter-attack.
And I think Reynolds is going to have to go backwards there. There wasn't a lot of support forwards, as it was pretty much her v4. Setting up in a bit of a 4-0 here, the Northern Hawks.
It's going to be interesting to see if AFC can keep their shape against a 4-0. Of course, it's probably the system that's going to break it down the most.
I think they're setting up a little bit too high, though. There's not a lot of space in behind because there's not a lot of court room in behind the defence there. And Caitlin Blanca tries to run into it. She's found herself in a little bit of space, but she can't get the ball across the face. Be a keeper's ball from Caruso. Played short to Hughes. And Michaela Hughes, there's actually two Hughes on the court right now. Slightly confusing.
So we have a Northern Hawks side ball here. We see Van Vot join us on the court again. See the Northern Hawks set up as a 3-1 again. Seems like Van Vot is the signal for their team to set up as that 3-1.
Oh, and that's a great ball for Reynolds. Can she get past? No, she can't. It's given away. It was an excellent idea by the Northern Hawks, though.
The instructions coming from the AFC bench is to hold.
I think that's a good idea from AFC. As we were mentioning, the Northern Hawks are going to want to play that 4-0, suck the defence in and play balls in behind, as we just saw Van Voort try to do.
There's some good fit work that from the AFC player number 18, not sure of her name.
Bonnie McClay, the number 18 on the court. Van Voort can't find Blanca. Picked up by Lewis. Oh, and that is a poor pass. Cohen saw the in there and she's touched the ball out of play.
Got to say, I'm surprised that Lewis hasn't been put in the pivot / target spot. She's obviously quite tall, so she should really use her physique to bully these players off the ball, especially the Northern Hawks. They seem to have a certain characteristic of player that is short and nimble.
Oh, and a poor touch there. Bit of drop of her head there by the number 25, Medin. I think that might have been her first touch of the match. Could be wrong on that one. Lewis clearing that ball. I think she had time to take possession there. Bit of a waste of possession. We see Blanca. Plays Cohen. Campos. Blanca's in behind if they can find her. Van Voort. Back to Cohen. Van Voort again. Blanca's still in behind. She's got a lot of space behind her, and Van Voort gives that ball away way too easily, forcing Wilson to make a save.
Got to say, when the AFC have pressed, they have done so very well. It seems like Keely Hughes is the key to that. She's been stepping out quite effectively.
The number 8, I believe, Richardson, taking that corner ball. McClay tries to take a left foot shot, blocked by Campos. Campos maintains possession. She has Cohen on her left.
Beautiful ball to Van Voort. Unfortunate not to get a shot off there.
Cohen does well in that tackle.
As we see just in front of us, Caruso crossing the court to hand in the timeout card. 6 minutes into the game, we'll see if he has any instructions to bring his AFC side a goal.
Oh, Ruby Cohen at the back post, just sending that one over the bar, and it's going to be an AFC timeout. Not quite sure what the instructions are going to be from the AFC bench.
Just listening to the AFC timeout talk. seems like Caruso's focusing on the shape of their side, talking about when to press.
And Greg Farrell on the other side is so loud that I can actually hear his team talk. He's telling his players that they need to support attacking plays a little bit more and move towards the ball and be a bit more aggressive, which I definitely agree with. It's been a bit stagnant from both sides potentially so far in this first half.
Yeah, it seems like almost Northern Hawks are letting Perth AFC play the game that they want to play.
Yeah, it's a little bit slow moving, especially off the ball. And that probably wasn't the tactic that they just talked about in their timeout, giving away possession instantaneously. Campos now with an attack going the other way.
2-on-1.
Oh, McAllister, great positioning. She gets herself past her, finds Belanca. She gets to the back post and Van Voort. How do you stuff that up? Van Voort's going to be disappointed with that one.
Not sure, that might be another contender for save of the week.
I think Van Voort's own foot saved that one, getting the ball stuck underneath it. Bit disappointing for the Northern Hawks side.
Northern Hawks need to do better tracking their defenders. Seems like at the moment they get caught a bit flat-footed at times. That's certainly going to be the way that AFC get into this game, is going to be from the counter.
Bit of miscommunication there, ball given away by the number 8, I think. Yep, Richardson. Van Voort to Belanca, and Van Voort making a backwards run there, drawing the defender in instead of making a forwards run and taking the defender away.
Ball long over the top, finding Perth AFC target. Unfortunately, they're not to keep the ball in. We see Northern Hawks up with the 3-1 again. I've got to say, as a Northern Hawks player, Jade, do you think that they need to play the 4-0 here to break down the Perth AFC?
Look, I think that they could switch between the two systems throughout this game just to keep it fresh and keep AFC guessing. If they play a 3-1 for a little bit, AFC might be drawn into press. They can drop into that 4-0, and if AFC aren't paying enough attention, they could get sucked in pretty easily, thinking that they're defending the 3-1. And that's when the Northern Hawks will find the space in behind. In terms of the AFC strategy going forwards, I haven't seen a lot of system from them so far.
You see a free kick set play, which is our first set play, probably forced upon them because it was an indirect free kick due to the goalkeeper mishandling the ball.
Oh, McAllister just needs to take her first touch forwards. Oh, McAllister, like I was just saying, in that situation, if she'd just taken that touch a little bit further forwards, she's past that defensive line and pretty much gets a shot on target.
We have a high press here from the Northern Hawks. See if AFC can make their way out. They do, but it just runs out of real estate, unfortunately. Seems like in their setup, they're sort of going 2-1-1, like a reverse Y almost in possession, going with a short target and a long target, Perth AFC. Haven't seen that in a while in the sport of futsal. We'll have to see if it brings them any success.
Yeah, look, it's these situations where Northern Hawks are caught on the counter-attack. I think that is going to be the most dangerous, and the AFC are going to capitalise on. Northern Hawks, like Greg Farrell said during that timeout, are wanting to commit forwards and put a lot of pressure on the AFC defence, be a bit more aggressive, but at the same time, that's going to leave them open at the back for any counter-attacks coming through. McAllister, didn't quite take that touch forwards again to get past her defender.
Yeah, she had worlds of space there. She could have easily just taken the ball down the line for a shot on her left foot. As we see Van Voort open up with her right foot, going for the clip, but unfortunately misplacing her shot slightly.
It was an excellent ball through the middle there from Belanca, I believe it was, to find Van Voort at that back post. Bit of a poor pass there. Belanca's going to have to work hard to fix it. She does well. McAllister. Oh, and that is a risky play, taking on the number 14 right at the edge of her D there.
Oh, and a good save there by Wilson.
It was a bit of a crucial touch. The 14 was lurking at that back post. Should start saying these players' names. Klomp, lurking at that back post.
Yes, of course, Perth FC have done well to recruit in the off-season. I know Klomp was previously associated with Sterling Brazajinga, who've sort of gone through a little bit of a rebuild themselves. Another player, Lewis, was also associated with Sterling Brazajinga last season, so...
Oh, and Northern Hawks capitalise on that 3v1 situation through the youngster, Hannah Reynolds.
It's probably a disappointing goal to concede from the Perth AFC side. They've worked so hard to keep this game 0-0 and have some good opportunities.
With all the talk of how the Northern Hawks are going to break down the Perth AFC defence with their systems, it turns out it just took Hannah Reynolds taking on a few players to score a goal. She's done extremely well in that situation.
Which Northern Hawks certainly have the ability to take their players on a very technical side.
Oh, Michaela Hughes, she gave that possession away too easily. She had time to take a touch there. And I think that's where the Northern Hawks are lacking a bit of experience on the court today, with Kayla McCulloch being out. Oh, great ball through. Hannah Reynolds again. Easy pickup for Caruso. Nice high press from Hughes. And she wins herself the free kick.
That was probably a bit questionable, that decision there as true touch, because I thought it definitely deflected off the Northern Hawks player. Odds for a push.
Yeah, I think there was just a slight, it was probably a little bit soft. Could have gotten away with it, but Albert Miombe's brought it back. Slight push to the face of Michaela Hughes after the ball left her feet there. You see McAllister over the ball, looks to take the shot. Saved by Caruso. Follow-up shot from Hughes and a third one.
Perth AFC should look to break here, as they do. Bit of a misplaced pass, however. Call from the bench of Perth FC is shaped. They want to reset and transition into their defensive diamond.
Hughes to
2 seconds
McAllister,
left
and there's
on the
only
clock.
1 second remaining. And the Northern Hawks narrowly going into the second half, 1-0 up. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week at Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
And welcome back to the second half of the Women's Supa-Liga match between Perth AFC in the red kit against the Northern Hawks sporting black. And we just saw in the first half Northern Hawks scoring the lone goal through this youngster here, Hannah Reynolds. Hughes plays Reynolds. Touched out of play by the number 11, I believe that was. Nope, sorry, the number 18, McClay. Hughes plays McAllister. Reynolds can't get past the number 3, Bangoyan. Bangoyan on the side ball. Back to Hughes. Hughes looks forwards, and that is a poor touch there from the number 18, McClay. Ruby Cohen bringing back possession, and that was a poor pass from Cohen. Hughes on the side ball.
Press, Nick. Recover.
Bangoyan, long ball forwards, and Reynolds with a poor touch.
Recover, then rest. Daisy, recover, then rest.
Bangoyan. Lewis with the shot. Easy save for Wilson. She's going to have to play short. Finds Reynolds. McAllister is pressed, and she loves it. Gets around Hughes. Hughes wins it back. She's done well. Doesn't have a lot of options. She might have to go backwards here. Reynolds takes the touch. Back to the feet of Hughes. Bit of a slow reaction defensively from the Hawks, and somehow Ruby Cohen stops that ball going in the back of the net. And that was a risky play there by the Northern Hawks. Defensively a little bit slow, getting themselves into positions. Lewis with the shot. Blocked by Wilson, I think. It's going to be a corner ball. Nope, sorry, a side ball. Taken by Lewis. Bangoyan rolls it back, and Reynolds just plays it back into the feet of Bangoyan and then subs herself off. Almost costing a goal scoring opportunity trying to sub off there. Wilson short to Cohen. Can she find Campos? Gets to her feet. Blanca, she has Cohen on the run on the far side. Back roll to Campos. McAllister has a lot of space here. Blanca gets the shot off. Saved by Caruso. Ball over the top. Touch out of the feet of Blanca by McClay. Van Voort. Caitlin Blanca. Little 1-2 with Cohen. Falls back to the feet of Van Voort. Looks like she's going to shoot through the middle, and a save there from Caruso. Will be a corner ball. So you probably heard the instructions from the Northern Hawks bench from Coach Greg Farrell to be more positive. Cohen, and I think that's going to be replay for not being 5 meters from the ball. I think the player, Lewis, followed the runner in to that area. Oh, Campos to the back post. That was a great pass. Blanca just hiding behind her player on that far side there. Caruso with a long ball, cut out by Cohen, brought down by Blanca, and she's just left it at the feet of Lewis. Lewis looking dangerous. A great slide there by Campos. Touched out of play by Lewis. Blanca, back to Campos. Cohen. Blanca, Van Voort, and Blanca had time to just face forwards there. Cohen, Blanca, and she's been dispossessed, and now there's a 1v1 with Wilson, and this is a dangerous position for the Hawks. Luckily for them, the number 14 Klomp scuffed the shot, but again now it's only Van Voort. She did well to delay the play there, wait for her team to get back and help. Van Goyen electing to shoot into the legs of Van Voort. Lewis to Van Goyen. Forward to Klomp, and I dare say Campos probably should have been defending in front there, but she still did well. Blanca, and too many players trying to play through legs here. Blanca, she knew she was giving that free kick away. She's gotten the yellow card. I think it was a very smart foul in that position. Shot from Burgoyne, and that's a handball. It's going to be a card, completely intentional from the number 14. Don't know what she was thinking. Slightly ridiculous at that back post. A little bit of lapse of concentration, I guess. Van Voort, long ball forwards. It's an easy pickup for Caruso. Hughes, ball through the middle. Klomp with the shot, and that's a good decision from Klomp in the middle of the court there. Narrowly missing, a little bit high there. Cohen to Van Voort. Campos finds Hughes. Hughes had time to take touch. Still finds the feet of Campos, but again, just a slight lack of experience there. Oh, and Hughes slow to follow her player, but she does well to track back on the number 11. Hughes against Hughes. Might just start calling Nicaela Hughes of the Hawks Nikki. Nikki plays across to Cohen, into Campos. Has Van Voort in the middle, showing Nikki. Cohen. Van Voort making that run in behind. Cohen's under pressure from Klomp. Nice ball over top from Campos, and a great cutout by Hughes. And she's made an excellent run forwards. Nikki is way too slow there defensively. Wilson does well to come out to the edge of her D. Cohen looking over top. Can't find anything. Plays short to Nikki. Campos. Cohen down the line, and Cohen, can she get on the end of it? No, she can't. A little bit too strong of a pass. It's a good idea from the Northern Hawks. Caruso short to the number 12. Clark, that one was. Clark on the ball now. Van Voort did well, positioning herself defensively there. Would have been a 1v1 with Klomp against Wilson if the ball had gone through. Campos, Van Voort. Not sure if that was a pass or a shot from her there. Klomp, nice touch. Shot comes from Clark. Saved by Wilson. Done well for the Hawks this round. Rachel Wilson, definitely keeping them in this game so far. They've had a few lapses in concentration defensively, and the AFC side have only been struggling to capitalize because of Rachel Wilson. Hannah Reynolds looks to take on Lewis down the line. Reynolds to McAllister, just stepping on the court now. Campos. McAllister. Reynolds has time and space. Back to McAllister. Campos. Van Voort, ball over the top. That was an excellent decision. Couldn't get through Clark, and Clark just giving that a ball away to the feet of Campos, right in front of goal. Bit of a poor decision there. Campos luckily scuffs it wide. Bengoyan. Kent Clark.
That ball. Daisy, okay?
Side ball taken by Reynolds. Back to Campos. Reynolds again. Reynolds gets a shot off and Caruso touches it out of play. It's going to be a corner ball, a chance here for the Northern Hawks to extend their lead with just under 10 minutes left of this match. McAllister on the corner ball, finds Campos. Van Voort, Campos in the middle. She gets the shot off, and I don't know how she slipped that past the defender and the keeper just into that bottom right corner. Very sneaky play from Tina Campos there, and it looks like it was just a lucky ball, an unlucky ball for the AFC side though. Looking to make up a 2-0 deficit now. The start of this half, they had some promising chances, but so far towards the middle of this half, it's been a bit of a Northern Hawks fest in terms of possession. Reynolds slowing the game down. Oh, and she's given away a poor pass, looking for the feet of Balanka. Bengoyan to Lewis. Ball forwards, easy cutout for Balanka. McAllister, that's a poor pass, cut out by Lewis. And she runs out of room, but the free kick's given away by Van Voort. Bengoyan down the line for Lewis, back to Bengoyan, gets her left foot shot off. Blocked there by Reynolds. Wilson picks it up. Balanka. Van Voort. McAllister. Reynolds. And I think the Northern Hawks are just looking to slow down play now. They don't really need to go forwards. They're already 2-0 up, and it's going to be the onus on the AFC players to press. And just as I say that, Reynolds almost gives that ball away sillily. McAllister to Reynolds. And the AFC side, who've been heavy on counter-attacks during this match, are going to have to press and win that ball nice and high. With the Northern Hawks happy to sit in their own half and just play. Van Voort, poor touch there. Couldn't get around Clark, the number 12. Reynolds, don't know how she got the touch on that ball there. Bit slow to track her player. Reynolds on the ball. Now AFC pressing. McAllister does well with the turn, gets herself the free kick. McAllister on the free kick. I dare say she's going to play short to Reynolds, and the Northern Hawks are going to continue to just hold on to possession. Van Voort, giving away possession there. Like I just said earlier, the Northern Hawks don't really need to be giving away possession like that. They don't even need to play the ball forwards. They're up 2-0. They should really just sit and wait for the AFC players to press in. And the AFC players, on the other hand of that, probably need to start pressing if they want to win the ball and get possession so that they can put in some attacking plays in this last 6 minutes. Or potentially AFC might need to start playing fifth man because they haven't had any meaningful possession really in the last 5 minutes of play. McAllister back to Reynolds. Van Voort. Balanka. Reynolds. And this is the moment when AFC probably should start pressing. Oh, and the idea was there from Cohen. It's cut out by Clark. Founds Begoyan. But it finds the feet of Blanca. Back to Cohen. Cut out by Clark. Cohen did have the easy option in Nikki Hughes there. Was choosing to play forwards to McAllister. And again, definitely easier options than that for Blanca. Blanca does well with the touch. Drives through and does excellently, drawing in 3 defenders and playing out to Cohen. Nikki to McAllister. And that is a great ball. Finding Blanca, makes the run down the line and cuts across looking for the run of Nikki. And it's going to be a timeout for AFC. AFC seem perfectly content with sitting back and just watching the Northern Hawks keep possession. But as I said earlier, they've got a 2-0 deficit to make up, and unless they're happy walking away with 0 points and giving them all away to the Northern Hawks, they're going to have to start putting some pressure on the Hawks' possession so that they can win the ball. And they're also going to have to start keeping possession when they have it, potentially giving away balls a little bit too easy. Greg Farrell's team talk at the moment, just talking about defending fly keeper if it comes up from the AFC side. Still plenty of time in the match if AFC do pull out a fly keeper, and I dare say if it was me on that side, I would for sure be pulling out the fly keeper, trying to get the overload on the Northern Hawks defence. Referees blow the whistle, call players back on court.
Keep making those runs, all right? The ball's coming. Ruby, job off. Ruby, job off.
Caruso, short ball, and it again, AFC take the time out and instantly give away possession. Definitely something that they'll need to work on throughout the season is holding on to the ball, maintaining possession. Blanca on the ball, looks to turn the Hughes, gets past her. McAllister with the shot, Caruso does well. And it looks like AFC sending too long, too short. Ball over the top. Finds the number 8. Richardson, I believe that was. Oh, and McAllister picks the pocket of Hughes. Ball across the face. Blanca's shot saved by Caruso. She's done well this game. Caruso keeping down that score deficit for the Perth AFC side. Cohen, Blanca, McAllister with the shot, and Caruso still made the save, but I think she lost sight of the ball for just a second there and sent it out of play. It'll be a Northern Hawks corner. Blanca to Cohen. She's put her under a bit of pressure there. McAllister gets the shot off through the legs of the number 8. Richardson. Sorry, I think I called Medden Richardson earlier. My apologies for that. Lewis does well with the pressure on Cohen, and that's what AFC need. Just that high pressure. And now the counterattack's going the other way. Blanca. Lewis. She might have to go backwards here. She doesn't have a lot of support forwards. Runs out of room. Cohen to Nikki. She has McAllister in a mile of space, but she can't put in that pinpoint pass. Great run forwards by Daisy McAllister there. Lewis to Medin. Lewis looks to take on Colin. Colin does well, and it's McAllister through the legs of the number 18, McClay.
Step back.
And Medin's ball across the court. Lewis. Hughes finds Medin, finds Lewis again. And this is good possession from AFC. Some excellent play. Lewis can't get that last shot off, but it was looking more promising from the Perth AFC side. Moving the ball around well through the Northern Hawks defensive lines. Campos, back to Belanca. Campos again. And the experience of Campos on the court. This ball's going to move extremely slowly during this last 1.5 minutes of stop clock. But Van Voort gives it away. Lewis looks to take on Belanca. She can't get past her. Belanca's going to go backwards. Campos probably could slow down here. Finds Van Voort. Belanca. McAllister's down the line. She finds her. Belanca again. Van Voort on the other side. Oh, Van Voort gets around Medin, and I think she's won herself a free kick here. Van Voort over the free kick. Touched to Campos and a back roll to Van Voort, and that was a nice little set piece by the Northern Hawks, but it's left them with a 2v1 going the other way with Van Voort ending up on the floor. McAllister did extremely well defending that 2v1 situation. Campos can't get past Lewis, and Lewis wins herself the kick in, and this is a good opportunity here for Perth AFC. 41 seconds of stop clock remaining, still a lot of time. Ball straight through the middle, and that is an excellent pass by Bangoyan, finding the feet of Klomp right in front of goal there. Lewis touches out of the feet of Campos. And here we see a bit of pressure. This is what I wanted to see a bit earlier. Some high pressure from the AFC side. It might be a little bit too late for them. Still got 2 goals to make up here. Bit of a soft foul given away there. I think Bangoyan probably could have gotten away with that one. McAllister with that excellent footwork. She's done well in the 1v1 situations today, Daisy McAllister. Campos, again, slightly soft free kick. Given away, and that's 5 fouls for the Perth AFC side. Definitely think that the Northern Hawks were lucky there to get the foul, but doesn't matter because Klomps ended up in the same situation. She sent it wide. Probably could have done better with that one. Had a lot of time and space. Van Voort being instructed to stand on the ball with a couple of seconds on the clock. And that is the full-time whistle. We will have the stats up for you in just a moment. And disappointing for the Perth AFC side. A few promising moments from them, but they were far and few between and didn't really help them in the end. See on the screen now the match statistics. Northern Hawks with 76% possession over 69%, and the sorry, that was the passing percentage. 62% possession over 37%, Total shots go the way of the Northern Hawks, 17 over 13 total shots from AFC. And like I said earlier, Rachel Wilson did extremely well in that match to keep AFC from scoring. They did have a few good chances. And shots on target again, going the way of the Hawks, 14 shots over 10 from AFC. And the one that matters, 2 goals to the Northern Hawks. They will walk away with the 3 points. AFC, unfortunately, taking nothing from that match. But there were promising moments, and it will be interesting to see that side develop throughout the season. Thank you for joining us for the Women's Superliga. We will be back in just a moment with a Men's Superliga match between South Perth Alliance FC and the West Coast Cobras.